When we think about building a tall, beautiful house, we usually accept a, a pretty basic, undeniable truth.
Right.
One single person just cannot do it all alone. I mean, think about it.
Oh, absolutely
You
not.
need someone with, heavy machinery
Right.
to dig out the earth and pour that massive concrete foundation.
Yeah, the foundational work.
Exactly. And then you need an entirely different crew of people to build the wooden frame, hammering away for weeks.
Right, and you need a specialized electrician to carefully run the wires so that the house doesn't, catch fire.
Catch fire. And you need someone else entirely to climb up and put the roof on.
It's a whole team effort.
It is. If you ever tried to build a whole house by yourself, with just your own two bare hands and no help, it wouldn't just feel overwhelming.
No.
It would feel completely impossible.
It really would. And that feeling of impossibility, it really comes from a lack of resources.
Right.
We all love to believe that hard work is enough to achieve our dreams, but the reality of the world is, it's much harsher. You cannot magically become an expert in pouring concrete, wiring electricity, and, designing architecture all at the exact same time.
No, of course not.
You either have the massive, expensive team required to build the house, or you simply do not get to live in the house.
Right.
And for a very long time, that was the exact same reality for anyone who wanted to start a business.
Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to our deep dive.
Hello.
Today, we are exploring a massive shift in how the world works. We're specifically focusing on artificial intelligence and how it is creating a brand new chance for ordinary people.
Yes, ordinary people.
Right, and when we say ordinary people, we are talking about you, the listener.
Exactly.
We are talking about everyday creators, small online sellers, local shop owners, teachers, freelancers, and really just ambitious people who have a good idea.
Yeah, anyone with a spark.
Our mission today, our goal is to deeply explore a document titled Episode 14, AI and Small Business, a new chance for ordinary people. We're going to look at how these powerful tools, which used to belong only to giant wealthy companies.
With thousands of employees.
Right, thousands of employees, how those tools are now sitting right there on your laptop and your phone.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, we are really talking about access.
Access. Yeah.
We are talking about looking at a massive, intimidating wall that has kept everyday people out of the business world for centuries.
This huge wall.
And watching that wall suddenly get a lot smaller, we're going to look at how this technology is stepping into the hands of the single individual, really lowering the barrier to entry.
And I want to be very clear here. This is a crucial reality we will spend a lot of time on today.
Oh, yeah.
Simply lowering the barrier to enter the game does not automatically mean you are going to win the game.
That is such an important distinction.
Right. Just because the door is unlocked doesn't mean you are magically transported inside. But before we can truly appreciate what artificial intelligence is doing for ordinary people right now, we have to look back.
We have to understand the past.
Yeah, we need to deeply analyze the heavy burden of the past. Because if you don't understand how hard it used to be, you can't understand why this current shift is so revolutionary.
It's night and day.
In the old world, starting a business required a massive mountain of resources. And the very first thing you needed, like the absolute foundation of that mountain, was money.
Money has always been the ultimate gatekeeper.
Always.
Imagine having a brilliant, life-changing idea for a product. In the past, the very first question wasn't, how good is this idea?
No.
The first question was always, how are you going to pay to get this off the ground?
Right. The financial wall.
That financial wall stopped millions of ordinary people before they could even take a single step forward.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just about paying for the materials to make your product. The money was required to hire the team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could not be alone. Let's really put ourselves in the shoes of an ordinary person, maybe just a few years ago.
Okay.
Let's say you want to sell handmade shoes. You are incredibly talented at making shoes. You know leather, you know stitching, you know comfort.
You're a master craftsman.
Right. But suddenly you realize that making the shoes is only like 10% of a business.
Maybe less.
Yeah, maybe less. You need a professional designer to create a logo and a brand identity so people actually take you seriously.
And professional designers are expensive. You're paying for their years of training, their specific software.
Yeah, their expertise.
If you decide to skip the designer and just, draw a logo yourself on a piece of paper.
Yeah, it usually looks terrible.
Right. Customers might look at your business and think, this looks cheap. I don't trust the quality of these shoes.
So you are basically forced to pay.
Yeah.
Then you need a writer.
Yeah.
Because selling those shoes requires a website, it requires advertisement, it requires professional emails.
And writing to persuade someone to open their wallet is a very specific psychological skill.
Most normal people are not trained copywriters.
No, they're not. That is a massive hurdle. Writing a letter to a friend is easy.
Sure.
Writing a persuasive advertisement that captures a stranger's attention in 3 seconds is incredibly difficult.
So you have to hire a marketing expert.
Yes.
Then, once you actually get some customers, you need someone to handle customer service because you are way too busy actually making the shoes.
Exactly.
And of course, you need technical support to build and maintain the website where the shoes are actually sold.
Let's really think about this heavy burden on a single ambitious person. Imagine you're wearing a backpack.
Okay, a backpack.
Every time you want to take a step toward your dream of opening your shoe business, the universe adds a heavy rock to your backpack.
Oh, man.
First, the designer rock. Then, the copywriter rock. Then, the marketing expert rock.
It's getting heavy.
Then, the customer service rock. Then, the technical support rock.
By the time you have gathered all the necessary rocks to actually build the business, the backpack is so incredibly heavy that you can't even stand up.
Right. The financial burden drains your bank account, and the mental burden drains your energy.
It's no wonder that for so many ordinary people, the dream of starting a business felt entirely impossible.
The system was completely designed for people who already had wealth.
So that was the high wall of the past. But now we are looking at the AI shift.
Yes.
This technology is fundamentally changing that exact situation. It isn't just making things a little bit faster.
No, it's not just a small upgrade.
It is completely redefining what one single person is capable of doing.
It is taking the power of that entire team we just discussed and compressing it down into software tools that an individual can control.
Just one person.
In the past, you needed a crowded office full of different professionals. Now, one person sitting alone at their kitchen table with a laptop can actually execute the tasks of a whole company.
Let's look at what that single person can actually do now, just explicitly. Without hiring anyone, one person can write compelling product descriptions. They can create engaging social media posts.
Right.
They can design professional logos. They can edit and produce videos. They can instantly answer customer questions. They can build functional websites. And they can plan long-term marketing strategies.
It's wild. If you look closely at that reality, it perfectly mirrors the expensive team of experts from the old world.
It really does.
The copywriter is now an AI tool. The graphic designer is an AI tool. The web developer is an AI tool.
The balance of power has completely shifted from the large corporation with a massive budget to the single determined individual.
It has.
But I want to pause here and issue a very serious reality check because it is so easy to get swept up in the hype.
Oh, absolutely.
Artificial intelligence does not guarantee success. We need to be very clear about that. Having a hammer doesn't mean you automatically build a beautiful house.
That is a vital distinction to make. There is a very dangerous myth right now that AI is a magic button. People think you just type, "make me a successful business," into a prompt, push the button, and then you get rich.
Just sit back and relax.
Yeah. And that is absolutely false. AI simply lowers the barrier. It removes those heavy rocks from your backpack.
It gives ordinary people a chance to try.
Yes.
I really love that concept.
Yeah.
A chance to try. It doesn't promise you will reach the top of the mountain, but it finally allows you to start walking up the path without being crushed by the weight of upfront costs.
Exactly.
And the very first major step up that mountain, the first real challenge any new business faces, is getting people to actually look at what you're selling.
Which brings us perfectly into the first major department that any business needs to survive: marketing.
Marketing.
If we understand that AI helps one person do the work of a team, we have to look closely at how it acts as a marketing department.
Right.
To truly grasp this revolution, we first need to define what marketing actually is at its core.
It's not just, flashy billboards.
No. Marketing is the process of helping people know, understand, and trust your product or service.
No, understand and trust. Let's really break that sequence down because it is a very specific psychological journey for a customer.
It is a logical progression. First, people must simply know your product exists in the world.
Right. If they don't know it exists, they obviously cannot buy it.
You cannot buy a secret.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
No matter how good your handmade shoes are, if they are hidden in your garage, your business is invisible.
Okay, so first they have to know. What's next?
Second, Once they know it exists, they must understand what it is, how it works, and exactly how it benefits their life.
They need to see the value.
Exactly. And third, the hardest part, they must trust it enough to take their hard-earned money out of their pocket and give it to you.
In the old world, small business owners really struggled with this sequence. They might have an amazing product, but they had incredible difficulty writing advertisements.
They struggled to write product descriptions that sounded professional.
And they had no idea how to create social media posts that people actually wanted to read.
Because writing a good advertisement requires you to capture a stranger's attention in a fraction of a second, hold that attention, and persuade them to take action.
It's an art.
It is a rare, highly specialized psychological skill.
So how does an ordinary person use AI to solve this massive problem? Let's ground this in a very specific everyday example.
Okay.
Imagine you are an ordinary person, and you have started making handmade lavender candles in your kitchen.
That's lovely.
You melt the wax, you mix the oils, you pour it beautifully, you know it smells amazing.
Right.
But how do you sell it online? If you are just a regular person, you might just write a description that says, this is a purple candle, it smells like lavender, it comes in a glass jar, it costs $10.
And that description will fail.
Completely.
Because that description only provides cold, boring facts. It does not create an emotional connection. But now you can turn to an AI tool and simply ask it to write a product description for your lavender candle. And this is where the magic of language processing happens.
It really is magic sometimes.
The AI doesn't just list the facts. It helps you describe the smell, the feeling, the mood, and the ultimate benefit to the customer.
Let's really linger on those 4 elements: smell, feeling, mood, benefit.
Yes.
Instead of just purple candle, the AI might write something like, melt away the stress of your daily commute with the rich, calming scent of wild lavender.
Oh, that's good.
Light this wick to instantly transform your bathroom into a peaceful, relaxing spa, creating the perfect evening mood that helps you wind down and prepare for a deep, restful sleep.
Notice the difference there. It takes the physical object, a jar of colored wax, and translates it into an emotional experience.
The customer isn't buying wax.
No, they are buying stress relief. They are buying a peaceful evening. The AI understands the psychology of the buyer and bridges the gap between the creator's passion and the customer's desire.
But wait, I have to push back here. It sounds like AI acts as a sort of imagination translator, taking a boring object and turning it into a rich, imaginative story.
Yes.
But can it really do this for anything? Like, a candle is naturally emotional, it's tied to relaxation. But what if I am selling something incredibly basic and non-emotional?
Like what?
What if I am selling normal clothes or, I don't know, a bowl of soup at a local restaurant?
That is a very valid skepticism. But the underlying mechanics of persuasion apply to almost everything.
Okay, walk me through it.
Let's take the clothing example. If you run a small online clothing store, you might have 50 different shirts in different colors, sizes, and styles.
Right.
Think about the soul-crushing boredom of trying to write 50 unique, exciting descriptions for slightly different t-shirts.
It sounds awful.
AI handles that volume effortlessly. It can highlight the breathable fabric of a summer shirt or the cozy warmth of a winter sweater, tailoring the language to the exact season and style.
Okay, I see that. What about the restaurant? Let's say I own a small local cafe. I don't have time to be a poet. I just need to tell people I made a new soup today.
Well, in the past, that busy cafe owner would take a quick, blurry photo with their phone, post it on social media, and type, "New tomato soup today, come buy it."
It's not very appealing.
Exactly. But with AI, that owner can ask for a social media post. The AI can describe the rich, slow-roasted tomatoes, the fresh, fragrant basil picked this morning, and the comforting warmth of a hot bowl of soup on a rainy Tuesday.
Wow.
It uses sensory words to make the reader actually feel hungry.
So it scales that professional marketing touch across any industry.
Yes.
It's also transforming the world of digital creators. If you are trying to build a YouTube channel, you aren't just hitting record.
No, there's so much more to it.
You need video titles that make people want to click. You need structured scripts. You need detailed descriptions and the exact right hashtags so the algorithm can actually find your video and show it to people.
AI acts as your producer, handling all of that packaging.
And beyond social media and videos, we have to talk about email. Because email remains one of the most important ways a business actually makes money.
It's huge.
But writing an email can be a terrifying experience for an ordinary person.
Oh, absolutely. Email anxiety is real.
Am I being too pushy? Am I being too casual? Do I sound desperate?
Right. Let's say you need to write a polite email to thank a customer for their first purchase, a short promotional email for a weekend sale, or a message introducing a brand new product line.
Stuff to get right.
Striking the exact right tone is incredibly delicate. AI can perfectly balance that tone. You can literally tell it, write a sales email, but make it sound friendly and not overly aggressive, and it delivers.
That's amazing.
What's fascinating here, and perhaps one of the most important shifts we will discuss today, is how this technology impacts non-native speakers.
Yes, let's spend some real time on this because it is profound. We are talking about immigrants, international students, and people living all over the world who want to participate in the global economy.
It's a huge demographic.
You might have the absolute best, most innovative product in your entire city. You might be a genius engineer or a brilliant craftsman.
Right?
But if your first language is not English, and you have to write a business proposal, a website introduction, or a customer service email in English, you are at a massive disadvantage.
It is a deeply unfair barrier, because if a customer reads an email or a website with slightly awkward grammar, they often make an immediate subconscious judgment.
They do.
They might think the business is unprofessional, or worse, they might think it is a scam. The language barrier destroys confidence and limits opportunity.
It's exactly like that heavy rock in the backpack we talked about earlier.
Yes, a very heavy rack.
But AI completely removes it. An immigrant business owner can write their brilliant idea in their native language or in broken English, and the AI will instantly transform it into flawless, professional, culturally appropriate business English.
It allows non-native speakers to make their marketing faster, easier, and indistinguishable from a native speaker's marketing.
That's incredible.
Think about what that does to the global playing field. The quality of the actual idea, the quality of the product, finally becomes more important than a person's ability to conjugate English verbs perfectly. It democratizes professionalism.
It really makes the business world much more fair. Okay, so let's say we have used these tools successfully. We've used AI to write amazing emotional product descriptions.
We've crafted the perfect social media posts.
We've sent polite, perfectly toned emails. People now know our product exists, they understand how it helps them, and they trust us enough to buy it. We have conquered marketing. We have customers.
But bringing in a wave of customers immediately creates a brand new, very stressful problem.
Exactly. Getting the sales is only the beginning.
Right.
What happens when those customers receive the product or are waiting for the product and they start asking questions?
Yeah.
That leads us directly to the next massive challenge for a solo entrepreneur: customer service.
Customer service is the ongoing process of answering questions, resolving confusion, and helping customers solve problems. And while it is essential for building a good reputation, it is incredibly demanding.
Let's talk about the crushing burden of these questions. It's one thing to say answering questions, but let's look at the specific, repetitive questions a business gets hit with every single day.
They never stop.
What is the exact price? When will my order arrive? Can I return this product if it doesn't fit?
What size should I choose?
Do you ship to my specific zip code? How do I assemble this product?
Now, imagine you are the ordinary person running this business alone.
Okay.
You are trying to manufacture your products. You are trying to pack the boxes with tape and bubble wrap. You are trying to drive to the post office before it closes.
It's exhausting just thinking about it.
And all day long, while you are doing this physical work, your phone in your pocket is buzzing, blah, blah, blah. Oh, the constant notification.
And there's a constant barrage of those exact same 6 questions over and over again. If you are an individual answering emails all day about your shipping policies and return windows, you are not actually building your business.
No, you're not.
You are just treading water. You have become a full-time customer service representative for your own tiny company.
Yeah.
And it can take all of your time and all of your mental energy.
This is exactly where the AI chatbot enters the picture and changes the dynamic.
Let's define that.
A chatbot is a computer program designed to talk with your customers automatically, simulating a human conversation.
So how does this actually function in reality for a small business? A properly set up chatbot can act as your frontline defense.
Yes.
It can instantly answer those common repetitive questions. It can provide basic information like business hours or sizing charts, and it can guide customers directly to the right page on your website.
It's like having an assistant.
Right. For example, if a customer types into the chat box, "Do you ship to Canada?" Hmm. The business owner doesn't have to stop packing boxes to answer. The chatbot immediately replies with the exact shipping policy and a link to the international shipping rate.
I want to draw attention to the word immediately there. That is the critical factor. We live in an era of instant gratification.
Here's where it gets really interesting. The AI handles the simple stuff, but what happens when things go wrong?
Right, the complex issues.
What if the customer's problem is highly unusual or very difficult to solve? The chatbot isn't meant to handle everything. There's a specific handoff process.
The handoff is key.
If a customer asks a complicated or deeply specific question, the chatbot is designed to gracefully pause the automated conversation and send the issue to the human worker.
That handoff represents the perfect partnership between human and machine. The AI acts as a shield, filtering out the 80% of questions that are simple and repetitive.
That shield frees up the human business owner's limited time, allowing them to focus all their attention on the 20% of complex issues that actually require human thought.
Exactly.
Why does this matter so much for the customer? I mean, it saves the owner time, obviously, but how does it improve the customer experience?
It improves it because the customer doesn't have to endure the agonizing wait.
Give me an example.
Let's look at a realistic scenario. You are a customer, and it's midnight on a Friday. You are browsing an online store, and you want to know if a specific blue shirt is going to shrink in the wash.
Okay, simple question.
In the old world, you send an email at midnight.
Mm.
The business owner is asleep. You have to wait until Saturday morning, or maybe even Monday, for the owner to wake up, check their email, and reply.
And by then?
By the time Monday rolls around, your impulse to buy that shirt is completely gone. You've moved on.
You probably forgot you even asked.
Right. But with an AI chatbot, you ask the question at midnight, you get the answer about the fabric shrinking at midnight, and you buy the shirt at 12:05 a.m.
It completely levels the playing field against massive corporations. A small business run by one person out of a garage usually cannot afford to hire a 24-hour customer service team to answer phones in the middle of the night. But with an AI chatbot, that one person can provide the exact same level of fast, immediate support as a giant multinational company.
However, we need to issue a massive, glaring warning right here.
Okay, a warning.
While AI is incredible for speed and efficiency, customer service must never become entirely cold, robotic, and unfeeling.
This is so crucial. Human care is still absolutely vital.
Yes, it is.
AI is perfect for answering simple questions about shipping zones, but human workers must be the ones to step in and handle emotional, serious, or highly complicated problems.
Let's think deeply about what it means for a customer problem to be emotional.
Okay.
Let's say a customer ordered a very special custom-made gift for their mother's 60th birthday. They spent a lot of money on it.
High stakes.
Very high stakes. And 2 days before the birthday, the shipping tracking says the package is permanently lost. That customer is not just asking a factual question.
No, they are stressed.
They are panicked. They are highly emotional. If they reach out to your business and they are forced to talk to a cold, robotic computer program that just says, your package is lost, please read our refund policy on page 4, that customer is going to be absolutely furious.
Oh, they will hate your brand forever. They will go on social media and tell everyone how terrible you are.
Yep.
Because an AI cannot feel empathy. You cannot understand human panic. You cannot say, oh my goodness, I am so incredibly sorry this happened to your mother's gift. I know how stressful this is. Let me personally go into the workshop right now, remake this item tonight, and pay for overnight shipping out of my own pocket to fix this.
That's right.
Only a human can offer that kind of grace and repair that relationship.
Precisely. AI is brilliant at taking away the boring, repetitive, factual work. But it should never be used as an excuse to avoid human kindness when things inevitably go wrong. Empathy cannot be automated.
So we've covered how to talk to customers, and we've covered how to sell to them through marketing.
Yeah.
But businesses, and especially the growing wave of digital creators, also need to physically make things.
They do.
They need materials for people to look at, read, and consume. This brings us to a massive shift in how we work, the content creation engine.
Content creation is a very broad term. It essentially means making anything that holds information or artistic value.
Like what?
It includes generating text, designing images, filming and editing videos, composing music, designing logos, building websites, and creating educational or promotional materials.
It is the wide world of content, and the demand for it today is absolutely relentless.
It really is.
If you run a business, you can't just make one advertisement and use it for 10 years. You have to post every day. Let's look at the specific ongoing needs of different types of ordinary people.
Okay.
A small business owner constantly needs new, high-quality product photos. A digital creator constantly needs fresh, engaging video ideas.
A YouTuber needs structured, well-researched scripts every single week.
A teacher or tutor needs clear, helpful lesson materials for their students. A freelancer needs a stunning, updated portfolio to show clients. An online store needs constant updates to its website content.
This list proves how universal the hunger for content is.
It's everywhere.
It genuinely doesn't matter if you are selling vintage clothing, teaching advanced mathematics, or offering plumbing services, you have to create materials for the public to consume.
Right.
And traditionally, producing high-quality content like a professional promotional video or a sleek website was prohibitively difficult and staggeringly expensive.
But AI is stepping in as the ultimate all-in-one creator tool. It is an engine that generates raw material across every medium.
Yes.
First, it helps write. It can generate long-form blog posts, detailed video scripts, snappy social media captions, deep product descriptions, website introductions, formal business plans, and nuanced customer emails.
Just that writing capability alone replaces several different specialized jobs.
Exactly. Then we look at visuals. AI image generation tools can help create stunning pictures, promotional posters, unique logos, and layout design ideas.
It's incredible.
Then, AI video tools step in. They can help create short, engaging clips, automatically generate accurate subtitles, and even suggest editing cuts.
And finally, AI music tools can compose original background music for those videos or advertisements without you needing to know how to play a single instrument.
Let's really stop and deeply analyze the massive economic shift happening here.
Let's do it.
Let's imagine you want to make a simple 1-minute promotional video for your new online store. In the past, think about the chain of people you had to hire.
Oh, it was a long chain.
First, you had to find and pay a freelance scriptwriter to figure out what to say. Then you had to hire a videographer with a good camera and lighting equipment to shoot the footage.
Then you had to hire a video editor to cut it all together and add text.
And finally, you had to license music or pay a musician to create a background track so the video wasn't awkwardly silent.
You would be coordinating and paying 4 entirely different creative professionals.
Right?
It would cost thousands of dollars and take weeks to finish one single minute of video.
But now this technology consolidates all those fragmented roles. An individual can generate the script, prompt the visuals, add AI voiceover, and generate the background track in a single afternoon.
The capacity for one person to produce multimedia content has exploded.
Okay, but I have a very serious pushback here.
Okay, go ahead.
I hear all of this, and it sounds incredibly efficient. But if the AI is researching and writing the script, and the AI is generating the beautiful visual images, and the AI is composing the emotional background music, and the AI is writing the copy for the website,
What's the question?
what exactly is the human being doing? Are we just pushing a button, walking away to make a sandwich, and coming back to a finished business? Are we even creators anymore?
That is a very natural and very common fear. It feels like we are outsourcing our own humanity.
Yeah,
But the reality of using these tools reveals the essential, irreplaceable human element. AI can rapidly generate the raw content, yes, but humans still critically need good taste, sharp judgment, and true originality.
good taste, judgment, and originality. Let's unpack that.
Okay.
So the AI might generate 10 completely different logos for my shoe company, but the AI doesn't know what my company feels like.
Exactly.
The human has to look at those 10 options, use their personal taste, and decide which specific logo actually represents the soul of their business.
Precisely. The AI is a generation machine. It provides a menu of options. But the human is the editor, the curator, the director.
The decision maker.
Yes. The machine can produce content faster than we can read it, but we still have to be the ones to decide what is meaningful, what is honest, and what is genuinely valuable to other people.
Meaningful, honest, and valuable. An AI fundamentally does not know what honesty is. It just predicts the next word in a sentence.
Right.
Only a human being knows if a marketing claim is actually honest. Only a human knows if a video tutorial actually provides real, practical value to another struggling human being.
AI is the powerful engine under the hood, but the human must still keep their hands firmly on the steering wheel.
If you take your hands off the wheel and let the AI drive, you end up with generic, soulless garbage. You have to steer it toward meaning.
You do.
Okay, we have looked deeply at how AI revolutionizes marketing, We have explored the delicate balance of customer service, and we have discussed the power of the content creation engine.
Yes, we've covered a lot.
Now, I want to step back and look at the whole picture. When we synthesize everything we've discussed, there are 5 main, overarching benefits this technology offers to ordinary people and small businesses.
5 big ones.
Let's walk through these slowly and deliberately, understanding the deep impact of each one.
The first and most immediately life-changing benefit is lower cost.
Let's really emphasize this. Small businesses and solo entrepreneurs almost always have severely limited money.
It's a universal truth.
When an ordinary person starts a business, their budget isn't $1 million corporate fund. It is usually whatever they have painstakingly saved in their personal checking account.
Every single dollar they spend is precious.
If they can use a cheap or even free AI tool to handle writing, design, marketing, and customer service, they are avoiding thousands of dollars in agency fees.
That limited money goes much, much further. It extends their runway.
Right. It allows them to survive longer in those incredibly difficult, fragile early days of a new business.
And closely tied to saving money is the second massive benefit: faster work. AI can complete administrative and creative tasks with unbelievable speed.
And time is just as valuable as money, if not more so.
Absolutely.
If a small business owner spends 4 agonizing hours staring at a screen trying to write one single professional email to negotiate with a supplier.
That is 4 hours they did not spend improving their actual physical product.
Exactly. They are losing time on the wrong things. AI turns that 4-hour writing task into a 4-minute editing task.
The owner reclaims their day.
They can finally focus their energy on the big, important strategic decisions that only a human mind can make.
Which brings us to the third benefit, and this one often surprises people because we tend to think of computers as cold and logical, not artistic.
Okay, what is it?
The third benefit is more creativity.
Right. So what does this all mean? How can a machine give us more creativity?
It happens because AI is the ultimate cure for feeling stuck.
The blank page syndrome.
Exactly. Every single person who has ever tried to make something, whether it's a blog post, a marketing plan, or a video, has experienced that terrifying feeling of staring at a blank white screen.
Your mind goes completely empty. You don't know what to write. You don't know how to promote a product. You don't know what angle to take for a video.
It is a paralyzing feeling, and in the past, you just had to sit there and suffer until inspiration randomly struck. But AI acts as an endless brainstorming partner that never gets tired and never judges your bad ideas.
It provides instant inspiration. It shatters the blank screen. You can ask AI to generate 20 different names for your company, or 10 different advertising slogans, or 5 different angles for a story. Maybe 18 of those ideas are absolutely terrible,
It doesn't matter.
because one of those ideas will spark a fire in your brain. You see one word, and suddenly you connect it to another idea, and you aren't stuck anymore. You are moving again.
The fourth overarching benefit is easier startup opportunities. This is about lowering the stakes of taking a risk.
In the past, if you wanted to truly test an idea for a business to see if customers actually wanted it, you had to spend a lot of money and time.
You had to build the real product, pay for the branding, and launch it just to see if anyone cared. It was a massive financial risk.
Now, an ordinary person can use AI to build a fake-it-till-you-make-it test.
Exactly.
You can generate a simple, beautiful website, write compelling descriptions, make a professional logo, and create a promotional video in just a weekend.
You build a small, highly polished version of the business just to test the waters and see if customers click buy.
And if they aren't interested, you just close the website.
You didn't lose your life savings, you just lost a weekend. It drastically lowers the risk of failing, which gives ordinary people a real chance to try entrepreneurship without risking ruin.
And the fifth benefit, which we explored earlier but deserves its place in this summary, is the profound support for non-native speakers. This is about global accessibility.
AI helps immigrants, international students, and global citizens communicate with flawless, natural English.
It allows them to present their brilliant ideas professionally, meaning the best products can win regardless of where the creator was born or what language they speak at home.
It removes geography and language as a barrier to entry. It is an incredibly optimistic view of how technology can level the global playing field.
However, we need to stop right here, because this deep dive is not a fairy tale.
No, it's not.
We cannot just talk about the magic. Whenever a technology introduces massive benefits, it inevitably introduces severe, sometimes dangerous challenges. And if you are an ordinary person trying to use these tools, you have to be aware of the traps. There are 5 serious challenges we must explore just as deeply as the benefits.
We have to move carefully through these because this is where the real complexity of the new world lies. The first major challenge is stronger competition.
The logic here is brutal but undeniable. If AI lowers the barrier to entry for you, making it cheap and fast to start a business.
It also lowers the barrier for everyone else in the world.
Exactly. If you can build a beautiful website in a day, so can 10,000 other people.
Because these tools are widely available, the total volume of people starting businesses is going to explode. The market will become infinitely more crowded.
If perfection is easy, then perfection becomes the new, boring normal. If every single website looks stunningly beautiful because an AI designed it, then having a beautiful website is no longer a special advantage.
It's just the bare minimum requirement to exist.
So how do you survive in a world with infinite, perfect competitors? You cannot rely on just looking professional anymore.
You need true underlying value. You need uncompromising product quality. You need a reputation for excellent service. You need a real brand that stands for something.
AI can help you start the race, but it absolutely cannot run the race for you.
And that explosion of competitors leads directly to the second challenge, the sea of similar content.
This is something we are already seeing everywhere.
If millions of people are using the exact same AI tools, trained on the exact same data, and using very similar prompts, the content they produce is going to start looking and sounding exactly the same.
I see this constantly on social media. Many product descriptions use the exact same adjectives. Many social media posts follow the exact same predictable structure.
Many AI-generated logos have the exact same aesthetic style.
If a customer is scrolling on their phone and 10 different businesses all sound like the exact same polite, enthusiastic robot, the customer's brain just turns off.
You get bored.
They tune it out.
It becomes a synthetic blur. So what is the solution for the solo business owner? How do you stand out in the blur?
You must actively inject your own voice.
You must add real, gritty human stories, real-world experience, and genuine personality into the AI's first draft.
Real stories are the antidote to the synthetic blur. An AI does not have a childhood memory. An AI did not struggle to pay rent last month. An AI did not learn a secret, imperfect recipe from its grandmother.
The human owner must weave their real, messy, authentic experience into the content to make it unique and memorable.
And that concept of authenticity brings us to the third, perhaps most critical challenge: trust.
This raises an important question. Customers, at the end of the day, still deeply want to trust real people. We are social creatures.
If a business uses too much AI, if every image is artificially generated, if the text is entirely robotic, and if the customer service has no human feeling, customers develop a subconscious sense of unease.
They feel uncomfortable.
Imagine going to a new online store. Every photo of a person wearing the clothes is clearly an AI-generated model with slightly weird hands.
Oh, the hands are a dead giveaway.
Every 5-star review sounds like it was written by a machine. The chat pop-up is an aggressive bot. You immediately start to wonder, wait, is this product even real?
Is there an actual human being packing these boxes?
Can I trust this seller with my credit card? Will anyone actually help me if my package never arrives?
That suspicion is fatal for a business. AI cannot mathematically generate trust. It is just a tool.
Trust is a deeply human phenomenon that is earned over time through consistent quality, unwavering honesty, and reliable service.
You earn trust by making a promise and keeping it over and over again. A machine cannot keep a promise.
Now, the fourth challenge is a very practical, very dangerous one: accuracy. We have to talk about the fact that AI lies.
It does. AI models are prone to hallucinations and factual errors.
They predict text. They do not possess a concept of truth.
They may write completely wrong product information. They may make wild, false promises. They may completely misunderstand a customer's specific needs.
Think about the nightmare scenarios. If you let an AI write your product description and it confidently states that your handmade soap cures a medical skin condition, which it absolutely does not, you are legally liable for that false medical claim.
Or if your AI chatbot gets confused and promises a frustrated customer a 90% discount that does not exist in your system.
You, the human business owner, still have to deal with that very angry customer demanding their discount.
The rule for using these tools must be absolute. Business owners must rigorously check every single piece of AI-generated content. You cannot blindly copy and paste.
You are the publisher. You are responsible for every word and every image you put out into the world.
And that heavy responsibility ties perfectly into the fifth and final challenge: legal and ethical issues. We are in the Wild West right now.
The legal framework of the world has not caught up to the technology. AI-generated images, music, logos, and text raise massive unresolved questions about copyright, originality, and intellectual ownership.
These AI models were trained on millions of pieces of human art, writing, and photography.
If you ask an AI to generate a logo, and it spits out something that looks suspiciously similar to another real-world artist's distinct style, who owns that? Are you stealing?
The legal and ethical boundaries are incredibly blurry. Ordinary people need to tread carefully, use these tools responsibly, and consciously avoid copying the hard work of human creators.
So we have explored the entire landscape. We have seen the incredible democratizing benefits, the dramatically lowered costs, the unbelievable speed, the relief of the blank page, the ability to test ideas safely, and the profound language support.
But we have also stared directly at the very real dangers.
The fierce, endless competition, the sea of boring, similar content, the delicate fragility of human trust, the risks of factual errors, and the ethical maze of copyright. How do we balance all of this? What is the final verdict?
To find that balance, let's look at the shifting nature of power in the business world. For a century, the equation was simple. Big companies had all the power.
They had the massive budgets, the armies of workers, the proprietary technology, and the overwhelming marketing dominance.
Small, ordinary businesses were forced to fight for the crumbs with far fewer resources.
But artificial intelligence changes that balance. It doesn't completely destroy the big companies, but it fundamentally shifts the balance of power toward the individual.
It gives the small business owner, the freelancer, the creator, a new kind of leverage.
It compresses a writer, a designer, a marketer, and a customer service agent into a laptop. It allows an entrepreneur to test ideas at lightning speed. It gives the ordinary person a fighting chance.
But through all of this, there is one grounding metaphor, one central idea that we have to hold on to.
What's that?
AI is not magic. AI cannot replace the sweat of hard work. AI cannot replace the integrity of honesty. AI cannot manufacture the physical quality of a good product. And AI absolutely cannot replace the deep human bond of customer trust.
And that brings us to the ultimate analogy for this entire technological revolution. AI can open the door, but people still need to walk through the door.
Let's really sit with that door analogy for a moment because it perfectly captures everything we've talked about today.
For generations, the door to starting a successful business, to entering the global economy, was locked shut. It was bolted tight.
You needed $1 million in funding, or an expensive university degree, or a massive team of experts just to find the key to unlock it.
The wall was too high. The rocks in the backpack were too heavy.
Artificial intelligence is the new key. It unlocks that heavy door and swings it wide open for anyone with an internet connection. The barrier is gone. The path is clear.
But an open door does not mean you have magically arrived at your destination. The door is just the beginning.
You still have to pick up your own feet. You still have to do the grueling, difficult work of walking down the path.
You have to invent a product that genuinely solves a problem for someone. You have to treat your customers with respect and empathy when they are upset.
You have to build a reliable reputation in your community. The AI is a tool. It will not walk through the door for you, and it will not carry you up the mountain.
It is the ultimate grounded conclusion of our deep dive. The final truth is that this technology may not guarantee you will be a millionaire. It may not guarantee success.
But it finally, fundamentally lowers the barrier for ordinary people to try. And giving someone the chance to try, giving them the tools to attempt to build their own future is deeply historically meaningful.
So let's look back at the incredible terrain we have covered today. We started by understanding the crushing weight of the old world and how AI now acts as a digital, unified team for a single person, replacing the expensive gatekeepers of the past.
We saw how it completely revolutionizes marketing, helping ordinary people lead customers through the journey of knowing, understanding, and trusting a product by translating simple facts into emotional experiences and polite professional communication.
We explored how AI chatbots transform customer service, absorbing the relentless wave of simple, repetitive questions instantly, while preserving human energy for the complex, emotional problems that require real empathy.
We analyzed the content creation engine, showing how one person can generate text, images, and music, while emphasizing that humans must remain the ultimate judges of taste and value.
We weighed the profound benefits, like saving money, speeding up time, and especially giving a professional voice to non-native speakers, against the very real, dangerous challenges.
We talked about the absolute need for human trust, the danger of factual errors, And the threat of drowning in a sea of boring, similar content in a world where everyone has access to these exact same tools.
Which brings us to a final, slightly provocative thought I want to leave you with today.
Okay, let's hear it.
We have spent this entire deep dive talking about what artificial intelligence can perfectly generate. It can generate a mathematically perfect logo. It can write a flawlessly polite, grammatically correct email. It can build a perfectly structured, beautifully colored website.
Yes, perfect, infinite content.
If these AI tools make it so that anyone, anywhere in the world, can create a perfectly professional business presence in one single afternoon, then perfection is no longer rare.
Wow, think about that. If perfection is easy, if perfection is everywhere, then perfection is boring. It becomes invisible.
Exactly. So I want you to ponder this as you go forward and explore these tools for yourself. If everyone else's business, everyone else's website, everyone else's marketing is perfectly, flawlessly generated by a machine, then the only thing left in the world that will truly make your business stand out is you.
It is your flaws, your unique, idiosyncratic, real-world taste, your blunt human honesty, your weird, highly specific life experiences that no machine could ever predict.
As you use AI to build your foundation, think very carefully about how to inject your true, messy, authentic human self into your work. Because in a future flooded with synthetic perfection, your humanity is the one single premium asset that an AI can never generate.
That is such a powerful, vital thought to end on. It brings us right back to the very beginning of our conversation.
We talked about how building a business used to be like trying to build a massive house with your bare hands, crushing, exhausting, and almost impossible without a huge team.
Now, AI is like having a tireless crew of robotic workers standing by, handing you the tools, lifting the heavy wooden beams, and pouring the concrete foundation in seconds.
The physical barrier to building the house is completely gone. But you are still the architect. You are still the one who has to decide what kind of house you actually want to build, what it stands for, and most importantly, who you want to invite inside.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
Keep learning, keep questioning, and keep building your future step by step. We will catch you next time.